Hey, welcome to another edition of Just Out the Seat with me, Quinton. Welcome, nerds. Just saw Inside Out, Pixar movie. Enjoyed myself. Made me feel lots and lots of feels. Yes. I'll try to keep it brief and I'll try not to spoil it too much. Although, if you are a typical moviegoer, you'll probably be able to, at least to some degree, predict it. But I will say that the messages that it tries to instill in the audience and the overall sincerity that I think the subject matter is handled is really great. And I really envy kids right now because you see a kid's movie as a kid and you fall in love with it. And it's not till years later that you might see some of the more adult-themed things in it. Usually the internet and people at large concentrate on, stuff that may be like overtly sexual and inside jokes of that matter. But I think in this case, people who, as children, will fall in love with Inside Out, years from now might find that maybe it laid some type of groundwork for them as a person. I mean, I don't mean to hype this movie up too much, but I do want to say that I think that it's almost like watching the Magic School Bus, I want to say. Like, you're learning, but at the same time, you're on a journey. And, I'm 22. I enjoyed it a great deal, but I think that, like, a 6-year-old who, like, really enjoyed the movie might miss some of the more small details, we'll say, in the film. And I think going through life and, maturing, becoming an adult, gives a whole new side to how someone will interpret this movie, of course. And that also opens up a whole can of worms when we're talking about kids' movies in general, because I love children's films, even though I know plenty of people who don't give them the time of day because they don't have children, they don't have small family members, so they don't watch them at all. And I don't think that a movie or a TV show, for that matter, is necessarily of lesser value because the target audience is children. And I think in terms of stuff like this, and last summer, Big Hero 6, which was just groundbreaking in a lot of ways, emotionally, technically, and the like. I think that movies like Inside Out, How to Train Your Dragon, are all movies directed at children, but have some very real-world lessons and just are written well. I mean, straightforward is not bad, and I don't think every movie needs an epic plot twist. But moving away from the generalness of what a movie like Inside Out means in the grand scheme of things, I think thinking of the movie just itself, it's well written and universal in a way that few movies can achieve without this kind of setup. The personification of emotions is a pretty basic trope. I mean, we see it in like cartoons all the time, even stuff like Family Guy. But to see a whole movie about it, I think is very interesting. And I think it becomes a wonderful movie when you realize that the problems for what typically would be the protagonist, the girl that all the emotions are operating within, it could have been a short film. It could have been a short film about growing up and moving away. But instead, it hints at a greater understanding or a more sincere understanding of the way we grow as people, why we are the way we are, why we feel the way we do, and how complex emotions are for all of us, not just children. I definitely would say anyone who has a chance should definitely indulge in watching it. And I don't think that they would be disappointed. However, I will say every movie's not for everybody, but If you like Pixar films, definitely check it out. If you think that someone could learn a thing or two about emotions, and I think it actually opens the back door up for a greater understanding and acceptance of mental disorders, diseases, depression, maybe even OCD, ADD. I mean, really anything, I think, under the umbrella that the movie kind of operates, that we could find an interesting interpretation of why we tick, and how even these things that we still don't have a huge grasp on, i.e., mental diseases and disorders, I think it shows that it's not abnormal, and we're just all different, and there's different ways of handling things, and we don't know everything yet. So it gives me a lot of hope in that regard, that a kids movie can, without actually saying, oh yeah, this is something that's abnormal for people, or something that is normal for people, to just display it and let it be, and let the journey be, I guess you can say, as the script intended. But I think the scary side of this is that I don't want to ruin the movie, so I'm just going to say, if you watch the whole movie and you say, put yourself in that situation, or put someone in that situation, not the situation that the plot puts the person through, but just like change and emotional trauma, and trying to get through new experiences, and the unfairness of the world. I think that if we were to say, hey, we have emotions like in our heads like this all the time, if we were to think of it like that, and then chart our own lives through the lens that this movie shows, that it'd be a pretty interesting story for us all. And I wonder if we'd all be happy with the choices that our emotions make, or the choices that we've made, or things that we felt. This is already running on pretty long, nerd, so I'll end it there. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.